and students related to CBSE. You are quite welcome to Balu's classroom. Here, the Art Integrated Learning or AIL, it is declared by the Union Government for CBSE students to prepare a project. Generally, it is declared on 14th May 2020. It is to be implemented from 1st standard to 12th. It is started earlier in 2012, generally. What is an art integrated learning or AIL? The main objectives of the art integrated learning are collective learning. We can gather the information from various sources. The second one is the make students aware of the diverse cultural heritage of India. Cultural heritage. There are very rich cultural heritage in India, and connect them with any Indian art or studies. For example, English, including all languages, mathematics, social studies, chemistry, physics. All these subjects can be connected. Then second one is creativity integrated art, creativity. So we have to create the power of the creation regarding the art and use art as a tool to teach other subjects. Then next one is it must be enjoyable process, not to be feared or worried, because it is only an enjoyment. Before begin this art integration, we have to make the students in a classroom, that is divide the class into groups consisting 4 or 5 members. So after that we should have a mark system. So the marking schemes must inform them. It is a process oriented and not examination method, that we have to remember. The steps of the projects are of selected topic from what they have learned, or a new topic can also be given. The next item is provide opportunities, give them the opportunities for learning themselves alone. That is in the form of group discussion with teacher. So teacher is an integral part of this process, and not leave the students alone. And the third one is they assess the involvement of art in the subject, and reflect on the knowledge shared and collected. So how it is to be reflected from the minds of the students, and it is to be showed and collected. Here it is the declaration made by the statement that Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. So now in this year it is given the pair states between Kerala and Himachal Pradesh. So art form, we should have a thorough knowledge about art forms this year. It can be in the model of a short film, can be in the model of a song, can be in the model of folk songs, architecture, civilization, culture, etc. So we can choose anything else. So our main aim is to reach the cultural heritage of India in different aspects. So suppose that I have the idea, or you have an idea about a villa in the moon. So the science and technology, as part of the development of the science and technology, how we can build a villa in the moon. So from this, a creative and constructive education through art, that is the education as a tool. Art is that pleases our senses. Why do we select this art integration of learning? That is, when we watch a cinema, when we watch a drama, when we listen to music, a sweet music, it may affect or please our senses. So art is that places our senses. That's it. It is mandatory. But the fact is that from this year, it will become mandatory. Do not fear or worry. So from these studies, a critical thinking or a critical reasoning, competency based on education, life skills to face any challenges in life. So these are to be followed. So it will give the beneficial status for students. Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat. So we must have a thorough understanding of different parts of India to a united India. So from when we select the Himachal Pradesh is known as the land of gods and goddesses, whereas Kerala is known as God's own country. So we can compare the two states. So projects, it can be led, the projects in arts and science. So I have the idea, that the natural beauty regarding English language, that we can select any idea, that is the projects in art and science, that arts and sciences, it is not separated, it is not to be separated. Every subject, each and every subject is knowledge, but a consolidated knowledge is wisdom. That is the difference. So a thing of beauty is a joy forever. It is a famous quote by John Keats. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. So Himachal Pradesh is a beautiful land of gods and goddesses, and Kerala is said to be the God's own country. So we can take the style, their lifestyle, everything they follow. So the temple architecture of Himachal Pradesh. So the temple architecture, by studying this temple architecture of Himachal Pradesh and Kerala, you'll have a thorough knowledge about the scientific ideas as well as the mathematics. So pagoda style temple are there in Himachal Pradesh. The ancient art of Himachal Pradesh has survived in the form of temple architecture, wood carvings, stone and metal sculptures, paintings, and chamba rumels, etc. These are the craft system. This art can be divided into Kasha art, or Indo-Aryan, Indo-Tibetan, etc. The most ancient art and architecture of Himachal Pradesh in the Kasha style, and the basic material used is wood. That is it. So the basic material used is wood. The different types of temples are there. The different types of temples are there in Himachal Pradesh. The penned roof and veranda model, and the pyramidical model. So we will have a thorough knowledge about a pyramid, how we can study the pyramid, how we can study the triangle, how we can study the circle, its area, its circumference, its surface area. All these things we can study. So the elevation, so by imagining the elevation, we have to find out the distance. And pagoda fashion with successive wooden roofs, one on top of the other. These are the specialities of the temple architecture in Himachal Pradesh. A mixture of sloping and pagoda type roofs are also there. There are almost 591 temples in Himachal Pradesh. It is an approximate calculation. The most famous temple in Himachal Pradesh is Sankata Mochan Temple. Sankata Mochan Temple. Sankata Mochan. So liberation of our grief. That is only the blessings from gods and goddesses. It is located Kalka Shimla highways. So Sankata Mochan is dedicated to Lord Hanuman. And thousands of people from India visit this temple to offer their prayers. This largest temple the largest temple in Himachal Pradesh is Lakshana Devi Temple, Burma. Lakshana Devi Temple, the temple of the goddess. The main deity is Durga. So the main monuments, there are so many monuments are there in Himachal Pradesh, like that of very similar in our state. That is Sri Sidaram Temple in Mohalla, Bankota, Chamba. It's the name of the place. And the Shakti Devi Temple in Chatradi. Then Chambavati Temple is also there. Then Kadoj Palace in Tirasujanpur. It's the name of the place. And before that, formerly a union territory. The historical background says like this. Formerly a union territory, Himachal Pradesh became a state of India on January 25th, 1971. Its area is 21,495 square meters. That is, it is 21,495 square miles. That is 55,673 square kilometers. So we can transform miles into kilometers by using mathematics. The Mazur Temple are rock-cut temples, sometimes called the Ellora of Himachal. They are believed to have been first built by Pandavas. That is the historical background. While they were traveling through these mountains. Himachal Pradesh language is mainly Hindi. Himachal Pradesh folk dance is Nati. Nati is their folk dance, like that of very similar to our classical dances in southern India, especially in Kerala. It is listed in the Guinness World Record book as the largest folk dance. It is mainly originated from Kulu and Shimla, and these cultural programs performed in colleges and universities across the state. During the British rule, Himachal Pradesh became a part of Punjab province. And later in 1950, Himachal Pradesh has declared as Union Territory. It was named by Acharya Divagara Dutt Sharma. Remember that name? Acharya Divagar Dutt Sharma was one of the greatest Sanskrit scholars. Shimla is functionally Amanpuri. The popular holiday retreat was originally called Shamala. But as the Britishers found it tough to pronounce, they renamed it Shimla. So Shamala, the word Shamala became Shimla, which later became Shimla. And Shimla is known as Queen of the Hills for its beauty. It is used to be summer capital during the reign of the British Raj. Shimla is located about 340 kilometers from Delhi. The hill station can be an ideal escape, especially during summer. So these are the basic historical background of Shimla in the state of Himachal Pradesh. So we will have another idea that there are so many castes in Himachal Pradesh. How do the caste system exist in Himachal Pradesh? So Chamar, the community of Chamar is there, that is the traditional leather workers. And Channel is there, the majority of the community are agricultural laborers, they are called Chanal. And Hali is there also, another name of the caste. It means a person who earns his livelihood by ploughing. Their traditional occupations were to skin and to tan dead animals to remove carcasses also. Then another community named Rihara, a silversmith. They are of a silversmith and a tinsmithy. Then Acharaj. Acharaj, they are of Brahmins who seeks offerings in the name of dead by performing dead rites. Then Bhattara community is also there. They are of stone workers. And Sunar, another community is there. They are of jewelers of village and moneylenders. Village moneylenders are there. By accepting huge interests. And Tattara is also there. They were vessel, or they are making vessel of brass. Kumbhara, here in our state, there's a community named Kumbharas, like that Kumbhars also there. They make earthen pots, earthen pots. Then Dumna is also there. There are material from bamboos. So many arts and crafts that can be made from bamboos. They are called Dumnas. So one of the largest social groups in India are generally of Brahmins. Their Gotra, they argue that they claim that their Gotra is associated with various rishis of ancient times. They consider themselves descendants of 7 rishi ancestors, namely of Jamadagni, then Gautami, and Bharadwaj, Atre, Agastya, Kashyapa, and Vasishta. So they argue that their Gotra is originated from these Sapta Rishis. Then another community, that Rajput is also there. They are of principal warriors and ruling community of Himachal Pradesh. They are of 6 status groups. They are of Raja, Rajput, Mian, Thakur, another community, Thakur, which include first grade and second grade Ranas and Rathis. Then another community, which is it is known as Sood, that is important groups of traditional traders and shipkeepers. So these are the background about the caste system which is existed in Himachal Pradesh. The most important factor, which is known as the popular names. So Apple State of India, it is nothing but Himachal Pradesh. Achan Bahu, it is nothing, it is none other than Raja Keri Singh, Chhatrapati. He is otherwise known as Chhatrapati. And Choti Kashi, that is Mandi. Mandi is also there. Mandi. Ellora of Himachal Pradesh is Mazur Temple. Fruit bowl of India. Himachal Pradesh is otherwise known as fruit bowl of India. And ice skating playground is there. Ice skating playground, that is Nako Lake. Nako Lake is known as ice skating playground. Then Pandit Padam Dev is known as Kaviraj. Then Little Tibet, that is Lahore Spiti. Lahore Spiti is the name of the place. Land of Graves is called a Ribba. Ribba is the place is situated in Himachal Pradesh. Then land of 84 temple. Land of 84 temples. They are situated in Brahma. The Lake of the Moon, that is Chandrathal. Lake of the Sun, it is Surajthal. Lake of Dirty Water, it is Karali Lake, which is situated in Shimla. Lake of Sleeping Women, that is the Renuka Lake. It is the name of the lake. She is called as the Lake of Sleeping Women. Then the Mini Switzerland. It's a nickname. Mini Switzerland is Kachar, the name of the place in Himachal Pradesh. is known as mini Switzerland. Then Paheri Gandhi, it's the name of a person, Baba Kanshiram. Baba Kanshiram is known as Pahari Gandhi, like that of the frontier Gandhi, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. It's very similar to this. And Peach Bowl of Asia. Peach Bowl of Asia is known as, it is the Himachal Pradesh itself. River of Sorrows, that is Swan district, Una district, is situated in Una district. Sindhi Gandhi is Krishnananda Swami. And Shiva Bhumi, Burmor is otherwise known as Shiva Bhumi. Then Mandi is otherwise known as Varanasi of Himachal Pradesh. Actually, Varanasi is in Uttar Pradesh, but Mandi, the city of Mandi, is known as Varanasi of Himachal Pradesh. Then Chamba is known as Valley of Honey and Milk. Chamba is known as Valley of Honey and Milk. Then Kulu Valley is the Valley of Gods. Is otherwise known as Kulu Valley. So these are the important information about Himachal Pradesh. So we have to go through several their style of clothing, their manufacturing, their factories, their nature of the soil, the inclusion of the metals and non-metals they are being used. All these things can be related to Himachal Pradesh. So I have the opportunity to give you a little information about Himachal Pradesh. So information about Himachal Pradesh is like an ocean. So it is indefinite. So we can consider anything else. Whenever we look, Himachal Pradesh looks as a beautiful place. It's a divine gifted place. So okay, thank you for listening. We can meet in the next audio. It's alright, thank you.